Prep, please. No, they can't do it.
The stars shining bright tonight on day 3 of the Toronto International Film Festival. The cast of The Frontrunner graced the red carpet for the movie's premiere. Montreal-born Jason Reitman directs Australian megastar Hugh Jackman in a biopic about U.S. Senator Gary Hart's 1988 presidential campaign that ended in disaster after a scandalous affair.
It's a different challenge from anything I've had. I've never played someone who's alive, who I've become good friends with. That sort of ramps up the pressure a little bit. Working with Jason and playing an enigmatic part like Gary Hart, I had to get used to the feeling of going home going, I think we got it. Whereas I'm used to either yes or this. Playing Gary is not like that. He's very enigmatic. Jason is a phenomenal director, and this is a different movie from anything he's done. He takes risks, he challenges himself, he's one of the funniest people I know, he surrounds himself with brilliant people. I'd be happy if I just worked with him.
It's a real-life thriller, and it's a moment in which we show dozens of people, journalists and campaign workers, trying to figure out what is relevant and what is right.
The love for Hugh Jackman is real. Like, I don't think I've ever heard co-stars talk about their lead actor in that way.
Look, Hugh Jackman has overwhelming decency. He works harder than any other actor, and it's really a dream to work with him. I can't wait to work with him again.
It is a gift.
The Frontrunner is scheduled to be released in U.S. theaters on November 6th. We're used to Melissa McCarthy making us laugh, but in Can You Ever Forgive Me, she tackles a more dramatic role. The film opened at TIFF this afternoon with the stars in attendance, and they had a lot to say about the film's real-life main character, a broke author who forges famous literary letters to pay the rent. It was a role director Marielle Heller says had a lot for McCarthy to dive into.
My favorites. I could give
female comedians are often undervalued in terms of their acting abilities, and I had a feeling that Melissa could really tackle the vulnerable and darker parts of this character, and she exceeded my expectations in every moment.
I lived in New York City at that time, and I just felt like I should have known who Lee Israel was. So when I got to read her story and then I read her books, I just thought, this is a challenging, witty, smart, difficult, unapologetic person, and to get to play a character like that is just, I don't know who, like, I don't know what else you want.
I mean, the PS makes it.
The film also stars Richard E. Grant as McCarthy's witty co-conspirator. And TIFF's major Saturday night premiere was all about widows, and the heavyweight cast was out in full force, including Viola Davis, Black Panther's Daniel Kaluuya, Colin Farrell, Michelle Rodriguez, and Liam Neeson. A big draw for the cast was the director, 12 Years a Slave's Steve McQueen.
You know, I'm at the point in my life where I want to be bold, and Steve McQueen was that sort of leader, that sort of director, that sort of visionary, you know, with the role. He doesn't have a propensity for ordinary, and neither do I. So I think that you don't see an ordinary movie in there. It's just like you don't see ordinary casting. Everyone is different. You've never seen Michelle Rodriguez this way, or Cynthia Erivo. I mean, Elizabeth Debicki. It's, you know, and it speaks to the boldness of Steve McQueen, but he was the reason I jumped in there.
The movie is an action flick, but there is more to it than that. Soon the often overlooked wives of the criminals come up with a plan of their own. McQueen reworked the script of a 1980s British TV show with the author of thriller Gone Girl, Gillian Flynn. Reviewers say to expect more crazy twists in this film too.